And so I was wonderful. Recording is in progress. And you're welcome to come on camera or to stay off camera um, for this presentation, whatever you're comfortable with. Yeah. So who are my teachers? Um, I'm hearing like a little bit of a, do you all hear me okay? I'm hearing like an echo coming back to me. If you can just throw up like a thumbs up emoji if you can hear me well.
There's an echo.
There is an echo.
Yes.
Okay. Um,
It's actually stopped.
okay. Is there an echo for anyone else?
Sounds
No,
good
there
for
there
me. I don't
was.
hear an echo.
Yeah, it stopped.
Okay, great. Awesome. Great. So who are some of my teachers? So I was Reiki certified by a colleague of mine, Amira. I'll be sharing some grounding techniques from her, as well as some techniques from my elder, Teresa Skies Brittany. And we'll be doing an invocation of the seven directions that comes from one of my friends, Theo Loctus. And yeah, I love Reiki. So I love to meditate. I've been meditating for the past 8 years now. And it's a practice that I do daily. And meditation is one of the bases for being able to access Reiki energy. And so what is Reiki? Reiki is universal healing energy. In different lineages and in different cultures, this same universal energy is called many different names. And so we'll be tapping into a few different powers that will help us to direct this energy into our bodies to help increase our intuitive powers. So please do. I do love interaction. And so if you have any questions or if this brings up anything for you, you're welcome to drop it in the chat or to just come off of your mic and to chime in. So first, let's get into our bodies. Let's get into the space. And so before we dive in completely, I wanted to give you the chance to make sure that you have the things that you need. So you can do this practice with absolutely nothing, with just yourself. Um, and if you would like to have a candle nearby that's lit, we'll be calling upon fire. If you'd like to have a glass of water or a bowl of water, we'll be calling upon the element of water. You can, if you have some kind of sound maker, I have I have my chimes today. But if you have a shaker or a drum of some kind, or bells, whistles, anything of that nature, that will be awesome. And you can also just use your voice. And then, so when we move into the portion of receiving Reiki for ourselves, you'll have the option to either be seated or to be laying down. And so if you need anything like a blanket or a yoga mat, this is a great time to grab those things. I see in the chat, I'm excited to learn together. Yes, thank you, Lei. I'm so excited to share. So let's just come into the space here. And please do feel free to like engage using the reactions, throwing up a heart, asking questions, whatever. So then I know that you're there. Since everyone is off camera, which is great for relaxation. Um, so let's begin with some body scanning. So wherever you're at, if you're seated or if you're laying down. So if you're seated, just sitting back in your chair completely, allowing your back to rest against the back of the chair. If you're sitting on the floor, maybe coming into a meditative posture, drawing the crown of your head up towards the ceiling, engaging a gentle interior pelvic tilt, elongating your spine, rolling wherever you're at, rolling your shoulders up, down, and back, shining through the chest and the heart. And so an
What the
option
fuck are you
here.
doing?
Hi. Okay. Beautiful. So an option here for your hands. So you can have your hands with the palms facing upwards in order to receive energy, or you can place your palms facing down on your lap to access more of a grounded energy. And we'll just enter the space, tuning in with the breath, inhaling in, exhaling out. Maybe drawing your breath down into your belly, allowing the breath to expand your chest, to expand your rib cage, to expand your belly. Inhaling in, exhaling out, and maybe just taking 2 breaths here where we inhale and then sighing it out. So allowing your body to just let go of what happened during the day. Inhaling in, sighing out. Oh, once more, inhaling in, sighing out. Oh, and just noticing our body here. Noticing the connection of your feet against the floor. Noticing your ankles. Noticing your knees. Noticing your thighs. Noticing your sitting bones against your chair, or noticing the pressure of your bottom against the floor if you're laying down. Noticing your belly, and as you breathe, continuing to deepen your breath, noticing the rise and fall of your tummy. Noticing the rise and fall of your rib cage. Noticing the rise and fall of your breath. Noticing the contact of your hands against your lap, of your wrists and elbows. Noticing your arms, noticing your shoulder, noticing your neck here, and bringing the awareness to your face, noticing your jaw, and just noticing if you're holding any tension in your jaw, and maybe just opening your mouth a little bit, releasing any tension in your jaw, allowing your tongue to fall back in your mouth, away from your teeth, away from your rib, from the roof of your mouth. Noticing your cheeks, and maybe calling in just a gentle, tiny smile. So calling in a gentle, small smile relaxes the muscles in our cheeks. Noticing your eyeballs and your forehead and eyebrows. And just breathing in some relaxation into your face. noticing the crown of your head, noticing your crown chakra, which is the chakra here right above your head, just a few inches above your head. And this is the energy connection that connects us with source, with the all that is. And so let's go ahead and let's just take a head roll, just coming into the body. So moving your head, your chin down to your chest, and then rolling your head around in a circle, just moving slowly, moving with your breath, and bringing it around again. Maybe noticing if there's any snap, crackle, pops. Maybe noticing where in your neck you're feeling sensation. And maybe if there's a place that's particularly tender, maybe pausing in that place of tenderness and then just rocking your head back and forth, just giving that place of tension a little massage just with the weight of your head. Breathing deeply and then reversing direction, bringing the head all the way around in the other direction. Inhaling in, exhaling out. Maybe pausing again in a place of tension and maybe holding your head in stillness there or engaging with a soft rocking back and forth and continuing to move around, evening out the sides and then bringing your head back to center. And hopefully your eyes have been closed during this time, but you're welcome to have them open or closed. But just closing your eyes here and just noticing if there's any difference in sensation through your head, through your neck, through your shoulders. And maybe as you tune into your body, you're noticing places that have tension or soreness. Maybe you're noticing a lack of sensation. Maybe you're feeling an ease and comfort. And so, whatever your body is doing, whatever you're sensing, just witnessing, taking a moment to allow your body to talk to you, to allow any messages that come through from your state in this moment. And just breathing in gratitude. I'm so grateful to be here with you all today. I'm so happy to be sharing some of these practices. And these practices are things that I call upon multiple times a week. And and the hope is through participating in this class that you then can pick up if any of the practices resonate, you're able to pick them up and to use them on your own when you feel the need to. And so continuing on this vibe, hopefully you've gathered all of your materials because from here on out, we're going to start entering maybe a more altered, relaxed, meditative state. I'm already entering into this relaxed state, feeling the altered relaxation that is so powerful. And so if you're not there yet, that is totally okay. We're going to do some things to call that in. So first I'd like to start, some of you might know that I've recently relocated. So now I'm living in North Carolina. And so since I'm in a new place, I'm going to call out the 7 directions. And so while doing these 7 directions, to you're welcome to stand up and to turn around and face those directions. And you're also welcome to remain seated and just to reach out with the energy of your body, or to remain laying down and just to use the energy of your body to acknowledge these 7 directions. And so I'll be standing. I actually don't know the directions. I'm directionally challenged, so I like to put labels in my house of what what direction are the directions. So without that, let's see. The sun rises in the east and sets in the west. So I think we have east is this way. So turning to the east. So this is a time too for your sound makers. So if you'd like to grab your sound maker wherever you're at, and again, you can do this laying down, shaking your sound maker. You're also welcome to holler out. So if a sound comes to you, expressing with your voice, expressing a song, expressing a call. Um, yeah. So let's begin. So we're turning to the east, feeling our connection to our mental acuity. From the east, I call in the element of air and the good medicine, blessing, and protection that come from the east. Welcome. I ask that you help me to create a good, strong container for truth, clarity, wisdom, and protection today. Welcome, good medicine that comes from the east. Turning to the south, feeling our connection with our passion, creativity, and sexuality. From the south, I call in the element of fire and the good medicine, blessing, and protection that comes from the south. Welcome. I ask that you help me to create a good, strong container for truth, clarity, wisdom, and protection today. Welcome, good medicine that comes from the south. And as we go through these directions, if you hear any messages, trust what you see, trust what you hear. That comes from our very own queen. And take note if there's any sort of offering or anything that you should do another time for the particular direction. Turning to the west, feeling our connection with our emotions, the dream world, the dead, and fluidity. From the west, I call in the element of water and the good medicine, blessing, and protection that come from the west. Welcome. I ask you to help me to create a good, strong container for truth, clarity, wisdom, and protection today. Welcome, good medicine that comes from the west. Turning to the north. From the north, I call in the element of earth and a good medicine, blessing, and protection that comes from the north. Welcome. I ask that you help me to create a good, strong container for truth, clarity, wisdom, and protection today. Welcome, good medicine that comes from the north. And so, having acknowledged the 4 directions, acknowledging the great above, the 5th direction, acknowledging the great below. Imagining a golden light comes down from the great above, imagining a silver light comes up from the great below. And as the golden light comes down through the crown of your head, down through the center of your body, and the silver light comes from the great below, up through your perineum, up through into the center of your body, the 2 energies meet and eliminate all that which does not serve you. And so breathing into that and bringing both hands to heart center for the 7th direction, which is you here now. Us, we, here, now. So having called upon the directions to support this work today, we'll also call upon our ancestors. And so if there are any particular ancestors that you would like to welcome into the space to support this healing happening today, you can drop their names in the chat and I will read them aloud. You're also welcome to come off mic. And so we have Nene, Kuan Yin. I'm calling upon my Teta Abla, Janet, Frank, William, Rebecca, Elizabeth, Valerie, and Barbara. And so calling upon those good ancestors who lived well and died well and made it beyond the veil. Bell hooks. And calling upon our elementals to help support us today. So calling upon the element of fire. The element of fire is and I'll go through the elements and just call upon, we called upon them in the directions. Different practices engage different directions with different elements. And so in this cosmology we're working with today, the East. Oh, okay. Nope, the South. So the South, the element of fire. So the element of fire is transformation. Whatever enters the fire does not exit the same way. It's heat. It's also in the Dagara cosmology, it is the realm of the ancestors. It's the portal into the ancestors. How many places and times have we sat around the fire and seen the faces of our ancestors in the fire? So calling upon the fire today to support us. Calling upon the element of water. Water holds our emotions. Water also has transformative potential. Water is fertile grounds. Things need water in order to grow. Calling upon our mineral element. Mineral is the wisdom of our bones. We are made of minerals. We're made of the same thing that rocks are made out of, different metals, different bones, different rocks. The semis are one of my ancestral Taino relatives. Those are the rock spirits in Puerto Rico. Calling upon the earth, our home, our divine resting ground, our mother, our father, the earth, our physical realm, our place of abundance, our place of prosperity, our place of the weather, of our homes, of our groundedness, calling upon the earth and calling upon the element of nature. Nature is the element of magic, the element of the wild ones, the element of getting messages from animals, and calling upon the element of air. Calling in Master Usui. Yes, great Reiki master. Calling upon the element of air. Another transformative air. One way I work with air is listening to messages on the wind. Calling in another ancestor, Goen Kaji. And so we've called upon our ancestors, we've called upon the elements. And then if there is any other being or animal or spirit you'd like to call into this sacred circle, right now we're setting the circle with the elements, with the directions, with our ancestors. Ooh, calling in the energy of the rooster. Yes. The great rooster wakes us up, protects the land, nourishment, calling in the rooster. And so if you can imagine, and a lot of Reiki, it's the power, it's not so it's the power of our imaginations, but multiplied. So if we believe that we are beings of spirit and that we have amazing creative potential, then anything that we speak and anything that we think and imagine is our reality. And so when working with energy, we're working often with the mind's eye at first. And then first comes the mind's eye, and then maybe comes a visceral physical sensation. And so we have more entities, more animals coming into the circle, calling upon rabbit, calling upon tortoise, calling upon dragon, calling upon lion. Yes, be with us here now. All of these spirits, all of these wild ones, be here now to support us in our healing. Welcome to the circle. And so we can imagine in our mind's eye, we can imagine all of us spread out across where we are in Turtle Island. Perhaps we're international. And imagine that there is a great web connecting all of us to each other. And that the web is enclosed in this beautiful golden circle that we're creating here now, with the calling upon of the elements, the entities, the directions, the ancestors. Eagle, calling upon eagle here now, calling upon great heron, calling upon hawk. Woo! Okay, beautiful. So as we set this energetic circle, let's call in our heart space, and maybe placing both hands on your heart and just taking a moment to close your eyes, breathing deeply, connecting with your heart space. Maybe underneath your hand, you can feel the beating of your heart. And as you close your eyes, just see in your mind's eye all of this support that we've cultivated here collectively. And just notice who's at the forefront for you. And notice too if you're feeling any sort of sensations in your body. As we gather in this magical energetic space, we're already recalibrating the waters of our body. We're recalibrating all of our cells just in this connection to each other. And let me know if you're feeling it. If you're feeling it, just throw up a little emoji, reaction. Beautiful. And so may we move through this time together in a good way. And so now we'll move into one of our first meditations. And you're welcome to adjust. I see in the chat, saturated with feeling and peace. Yes, yes, absolutely. Same. Breathing into that. Saturated with feeling and peace. Saturated. Because we are the elements. We've called upon the elements. We've called upon our bones. We've called upon the waters of our body. So if you'd like to change position, if you'd like to lay down, or do any sort of adjusting, now is a good time. First, we'll start with the golden sun meditation. And so sinking in to your meditative posture, sinking into the floor, closing your eyes, tuning in with your breath, uncrossing your arms, uncrossing your legs. And imagine in your mind's eye, above you, a bright golden sun. Feel the rays of the golden sun shining upon your skin. And imagine from the golden sun, there drips a beautiful golden honey. And allow the golden honey to drip directly from the sun over your whole body. So starting from the crown of your head, the warm, delicious, gooey honey drips over your head, over your eyebrows, over your nose, over your cheeks, over your throat and shoulders, over your arms, over your chest and belly. And this golden honey is imbued with the power of the sun, with the healing warmth, with the fiery transformative potential. And so allow this body to infuse with your skin, to drip, drip, drip over your elbows, over your forearms, over your hips and pelvis, over your sex, over your thighs, over your knees, over your shins and feet. And just breathe into the soothing golden honey. And allow the honey to just completely either drip off your body and enter the earth, or to drip into your body just absorbing that beautiful golden sun energy. And now we'll tap into our auric field. And so our auric field, it's a circle, or it's like an egg. It's an egg that surrounds your whole body. And it begins at your crown chakra. So at that energy center that's a few inches above your head. And it ends a few inches below your feet and surrounds your entire body. And so as we call in our awareness of our auric field, so Reiki is the science, it's a yoga science. So it's the practice of the energetic arts. In Western medicine, we don't like to believe things that we can't quantify or can't see with a microscope. Energetic, working with the energetic field is the subtle arts. It's subtle. And so it just begins the mind's eye. And so imagining your auric field, imagining that egg around your body, and just noticing the quality of your egg. So noticing what it's made of, noticing the texture, and then noticing if there's any holes or gaps or tears. Noticing the color, noticing the quality. And so now let's call upon our support. And so if someone came forward, be it an animal, entity, ancestor, element, direction, call upon the one who came forward and invite them to help you repair your auric field. And so if you see a gap, just have them repair it in whatever way makes sense, be it with touch, be it with a material. Are they using mud? Are they using air? Are they using light? Are they calling upon the stars, upon the cosmos to fill the gaps with light? And allowing yourself to be helped by your helper. And breathing deeply, being as quick or as thorough as you like. And just checking your whole field. Is there a place where the field is thin and where it needs more bolstering? And calling upon the golden sun as well is very potent for repairing an auric field. And so giving you just a few moments to complete your auric field. And we'll continue. And if I'm moving too fast, please do let me know and we can pause. So just feel free to throw up an emoji or to tune in the chat if I'm moving too quickly. And so we'll transition to our next meditation, to our next. So I'm calling them meditations, but these are all different Reiki tools. Um, yeah. So our next one, we're going to call back the parts of ourselves. Okay. So taking a big deep breath, maybe if you do need any sort of movement, just taking a little stretch. Maybe taking a sip of water and knowing that you're working right now. We're doing work together. And so to honor yourself as such, the subtle arts. So next we're going to do, we're going to sit back or lay back and move into our next meditation. So letting go of your auric field, letting go of your awareness of your auric field, thanking your helper, thanking your helper or helpers, thanking the sun, thanking the bees that made the honey, thanking yourself, and letting go of of your of your express awareness of your auric field, allowing it to gently shimmer away, but knowing that your auric field is always with you. And it's something that you can play with in your waking life of expanding or contracting your auric field. Oftentimes, when we're not aware of our auric field, then we're not utilizing a power that we have. And so just remembering that field. And so imagining at the top of your head, imagining there's a giant funnel, and across the funnel, so the funnel is up above your head like so, and the tip of it pours directly into your crown. And written across the funnel is your name in bright neon lights. Your name in bright neon lights. Excuse me. And so this funnel is a magnet. It's a magnet, and what it magnetizes is all the parts of yourself. And so reach out with your awareness and call back the parts of yourself that are in other places. So call back if there is, when we're going about life, we're oftentimes leaving little pieces of ourselves with different people, places, situations, things. And so you can imagine that and so you can imagine that these parts of yourself are little glowing orbs. And just notice the quality of the orb, notice the color, and start calling back those parts of yourself. So, say maybe there's a part of yourself with your child, call it back. Maybe there's a part of yourself with your job, with your boss, with your best friend, with your parents. Maybe you just did some magical work in a particular place and you left a part of yourself there. Call it back. Maybe there's a part of yourself with a situation, with an argument, with a conflict. Maybe there's a part of yourself with a partner, with a place. Perhaps you're mourning something. Maybe you're going through grief. Perhaps you're celebrating something and there's a part of yourself in that place of grief or celebration. And so just going through like a Rolodeck, going through all the people, the places, the situations in your life, calling back those pieces of you. Maybe you sent a letter to someone. Maybe there's a piece of you and a piece of artwork. Maybe there's a piece of you in your phone on the internet. That's always a big one. I call myself back from my phone, from my internet presence. And so just going through, allowing those parts to float across the world, to float across the land, and to come and find themselves magnetized into your cozy funnel. And then those parts go down the funnel right into your body through your crown, rejoining your auric field, rejoining your spirit. And so just breathing deeply right now, giving yourself the time to be thorough. Going through all those people, places, and things. And as those parts rejoin with your body, with your auric field, with your spirit, welcoming them back, welcoming them with gratitude, welcoming them back, welcoming yourself back into your wholeness. And it's your energy. We're not, we're not changing any, relationship, or it's not about that. It's about calling back your energy. That's the realm we're working with right now. And so once you feel complete, if you can give me a little emoji, let me know. Beautiful. Okay, great. I will continue moving on. I've received a few emojis. And so, welcoming all of those parts back. And then, once the parts are back, sealing up where they entered from. So, sealing up where the funnel was, removing the funnel, allowing the funnel to maybe dissolve into a puff of smoke or a burst of glitter or to melt away. And so we'll move into our final Reiki practice today. And so next we're going to do this one is called the grounding cord meditation. And So what we imagine, we're going to work with at the beginning when we called in the 7 directions. We reached out to the 5th direction, the great above, and the 6th direction, the great below. And so we'll be doing that again. And we'll be calling upon, so we'll be imagining right now that out of your perineum, so the perineum, if you don't know what the perineum is, please let me know. It's the space between the anus and your other sex organs. So from the perineum, imagine that there is a tube, a hollow tube that reaches out directly from your perineum down through the earth, through the dirt, through the mantle, through the lava, all the way down to the molten silvery core of the earth. And now this is a great place to call for support. So feeling your connection from your perineum down to the center of the earth. So the center of the earth has a molten core, and this molten core has incredible transmutation properties. And so, right now, us divine children of the earth, we are connecting directly with Source, directly with the molten core of the earth. And you can call upon a helper here. What we're going to do is we're going to assess our body and emotional world, and pull out, acknowledge everything that does not serve you and send it down the funnel into the molten core of the earth. And so you may want to call upon a guide. You may want to call upon a helper to help hold the tube, or perhaps the helper likes to eat what you release into the earth. I too like to work with dragons, and I have a particular dragon that loves to be winding itself around that tube and likes to be eating these things that do not serve. And so this is a beautiful opportunity to send down any pains, any illness, any disease, physical and emotional, mental, ancestral. This is the time. And so just assess yourself from the crown all the way down to your toes, allowing yourself to send down into the molten core all that which does not serve you. And so hoping that you can hear the music, it's just soft, but just leaving you for a few moments. Awesome, I see a thumbs up. Just leaving you for a few moments to do this assessment, to do this acknowledgement, and to send it down. Send it down through your grounding cord, called a grounding cord. And as you're working, maybe noticing the quality of your grounding cord. Maybe noticing if you want it to be wider. Maybe asking for help. And so sending down those emotions, those pains, allowing yourself to be helped. Breathing deeply as you catalog. And as you continue to send things down the grounding cord, maybe just tapping in, throwing up an emoji if you're feeling complete. And if you're not feeling complete yet, then don't respond and I'll just give more time. This kind of assessment, I feel I can really go deep with it. And we have the time to continue going. And so I'll just give one more minute just to set down anything else lingering. Allowing those things to be removed, to be transmuted. And now imagining the cord from the crown of your head reaching up, 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 directly into that golden sun. And allowing that golden sunlight energy to fill your body. So as we release things which do not serve us, taking the time to fill ourselves up with what does serve us. And once you're complete with sending down through your grounding cord all that which does not serve you, knowing that you can open up this space, this sacred space for yourself anytime. And you can use this tool on the fly. And so thanking whoever helped you, if you had a helper, thanking the earth, thanking her for transmuting, for receiving all of those things which no longer serve us, and knowing that they get melted, transformed in that molten core of the earth that is so vast and powerful. And allowing your grounding cord to dissolve, closing up the entrance to your body, allowing the grounding cord to fall away, thanking your helper, reaching back up into that upper cord, reaching into the great above, allowing the sunlight to pour in through your body, allowing that peace and joy, wisdom and faith, the happiness, the ease and flow, the full health, the comfortable, energetic, wonderful, beautiful body, our agelessness, our presence, all that warmth and joy, allowing all of that to come in through your crown, through the sun, and fill every cell of your body, allowing every molecule of water in your body, all of the water in your blood, every cell to vibrate, to receive this golden sun, to receive this new information into the waters of your body, into every part of your being. And so closing up, just checking in with yourself, checking in with your auric field, checking in with your portals, thanking the sun, closing up the connection to the great above, allowing it to dissolve, checking in with your auric field, making sure it is whole, making sure there is no further portals opened, closing up the portals, closing up the funnel, closing up the cords, holding all of those parts of yourself in you, allowing them to integrate. Breathing deeply here. Maybe wiggling your fingers, wiggling your toes. Maybe inviting in some gentle movement into your body, inviting in a big stretch. Maybe you need to shake a little, doing a little shake. Maybe using your hands to trace the outside edges of your auric field. using your physical body to touch your energetic body, feeling it whole and vibrant and connected. And in this moment, what I'll do is I'm going to inviting our awareness back here and just opening up if there's any feedback, um, what the experience was like for you, if you'd like to drop anything in the chat. Um, if you have any questions, please do take the time to ask a question. We have a few minutes for questions. And beautiful. I see. Thank you so much. Absolutely magical and energizing for the Soma. I feel very connected with you all. That was amazing. Thank you. Thank you all so much. And so at this point, I will close the circle. And so this class is all we're teaching by doing. And so when we have the practice of calling in all these entities, calling in all these elements, calling in all these ancestors, it's so important to express gratitude and to dismiss them. And so I'll go through that. So thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you to everyone, material and immaterial present. Thank you to our ancestors. Thank you for this beautiful healing. Thank you to the north, south, east, and west. Thank you to the great above and the great below. Thank you to Mother and Father Earth, Tingan Tembalu. Thank you to all of the wild ones. Thank you to all of the entities. Thank you, Dragon. Thank you, Rooster. Thank you, Lion. Thank you, Tortoise. Thank you, Rabbit. Thank you to the elements. Thank you, water. Thank you, earth. Thank you, air. Thank you, semis. Thank you to the molten core of the earth. Thank you to the fire. Thank you to our ancestors. With great reverence, great respect, and great honor, we bid you adieu. We thank you for being with us. We thank you for this deep and sacred healing. Until we meet again. I am ready, and I see in the chat, I am ready to request all that I have called in to return where they come from. Yes. Return, go in peace. Until we meet again. Aho. Amen. Ashe. So thank you all so much. The circle is closed. Thank you all so much for being here with me. I honor each and every one of you. Thank you for your willingness. Thank you for their bravery. It it is diving into Reiki is diving into the unknown. And I really appreciate all of you.
Before everyone leaves, if we can get a group picture for anyone who feels comfortable um coming on screen, it would be great. We can put up like little hearts. Whoever feels comfortable, I'll take a little screenshot at this time. Just pulling it up.
Just let us know when, Cheyenne.
Okay. Okay. 1, 2, cheese. Awesome. Captured. Nice. Thank you. And for anyone who would like to donate to the Earth Lodge, I will put some links in the chat, and please complete the evaluation form also put into the chat. It's great having this valuable feedback. Thank you so much all for attending today.
Thank you all so much. And please feel free if anything comes up for you. You can email me, noel@earthlodgecenter.org. I'm here for you, and you can find me online at Noel Galoponte on Instagram and TikTok. And yep, and I'm here for you. So I hope you all have a wonderful evening. Thank you all so much for being here.
Thanks so much.
You're welcome.